A car out of one. I pray this devil die and get every evil thing the Lord got to give. And listen, I know you look at us in the state we in right now. Come Yashala. Come Yashala. Come Yashala. I know you look at us in the state we in right now. Black people on drugs and we suffering and dying. And I know it seems like you can do whatever you want to this people. I know it seems like this, but the time for glorifying yourself is soon at an end.
But you see, what a lot of us don't understand that in the Christian church, we never told who we really are. You understand, black man and Hispanic and Native American Indian man. Like, the Christian church don't even tell us our identity, even though they're there every Sunday, even though they're singing and dancing and praising Jesus, but never go into the book to identify who the people are. But got news for you, black man, so-called Negro. You're the real Jews according to the Bible. You're the real Jews. Christ was a Jew. Christ was a black man with white woolly hair, man. And you know what? Having the Lord on our side, man, we are special people, like the scriptures say in the book of Deuteronomy. And it's evident, even in the sporting arenas, it show you who run the whole scene, whether it be the UFC, boxing, basketball, who do it best but the black man, or the Hispanic, or Native American Indian man. Like you see, if we have the Lord on our side, man, we can be more than that, man. We can be like the white man. He tried to, in his own mind, trying to make himself supreme above everybody. But let me show you something. Let's get a few scriptures. Go to Judges. Judges, the 15th chapter and the 16th verse. Let's just show you something right here. Like, black and Hispanic and Native American Indian man, yeah, we've been beat down too damn long in this country for over 400 years, being oppressed by the white man, being taken advantage of by these other races. We've been belittled too far, too damn long in this damn forsaken country, man. Don't you know we are special people? Like, if you go through these scriptures, you'll find out a brother by the name of Samson was like nigh unto what the white man created, a myth called Hercules, man, or Superman. But guess what? That was a black man just like you. That was a black man just like any black man. Superhuman strength through the Spirit of the Most High and Christ, man. That's why they get the whole concept of the super soldiers and Captain Americas and so on and so forth. Creating the myth so that way you won't think of yourself as anything. When we are special people, man. Let me show you what Samson did here. This was during the time of the Philistines. The Philistines had us oppressed, man. The Philistines was coming up against every black and Hispanic and Native American Indians, because we are the children of Israel according to the scripture. And guess what? The Lord was working with Samson. And here's what Samson did. After they tied him up, read.
Judges chapter 15, verse 16. And Samson said, with the jawbone of an ass.
Go up a few verses. I want to put them right in perspective. Go to 12. Go to 11, right there.
Judges chapter 15, verse 11. Then 3,000 men of Judah went to the top of the rock, Etam, and said to...
So like, go down one verse.
Verse 12. And they said unto him, we are come down to bind thee, that we may deliver thee into the hand of the Philistines. And Samson said unto them, swear unto me that ye will not fall upon me yourselves.
See that? What's happening here is, of course, something that shouldn't be happening within Israel, which is a schism, which is what's going on today. There's a lot of beef between blacks and Hispanic and Hispanic, Native and Native. That should not be happening, because after all, if you look at our condition, if you look how we live, we're a destroyed people. It's evident we're waking up in the ghettos. That ain't just because, man, we're just a destroyed people who've been oppressed. And Samson is asking brothers of the tribe of Judah, so long as you don't come up against me, because the Philistines wanted Samson. Go ahead.
And they spake unto him, saying, no, but we will bind thee fast and deliver thee into their hand. But surely we will not kill thee. And they bound him with 2 new cords and brought him up from the rock.
See that? Cords meaning they bound him with ropes. Go ahead.
And when he came unto Lehi, the Philistines shouted against him And the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him.
These heathens, the Philistines, who are Africans, shouted against Samson. And the Spirit of the Most High did what?
And the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him.
Came mightily upon him. Not like what you get in the church with a bunch of weaklings on the choir in purple. Not what you get in the church playing a tambourine and doing mimes and all this stupidness. But Samson, the Spirit of the Most High came on Samson mightily. You understand? Like the Samson got filled with a warlike spirit from the Most High. Read.
And the cords that were upon his arms became as flax that was burnt with fire.
Became as flax that was burnt with fire. Go ahead.
And his bands loosed from off his hands. And he found a new jawbone of an ass.
What's an ass? An ass, in other words, is a donkey. He found the jawbone of a donkey. What he did with it? Let's find out what he did to these stinking Africans. Go ahead.
And put forth his hand and took it and slew 1,000 men.
How many Samson slew with that jawbone?
And slew 1,000 men.
Slew 1,000 men with the jawbone of an axe, man. Now you tell me something. What other man on the earth can have that strength that they follow the Lord except blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians? And Samson did it. They said Samson was a Nazarite, meaning he was down to do everything that the Lord said to do. The Lord was with him right here. Samson was able to destroy 1,000 so-called Africans known as the Philistines. Read it.
And Samson said,
do me a favor. Drop down to, verse 16 is what I need. Sorry.
And Samson said, with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps, with the jawbone of an ass, I have slain 1,000 men.
That sound like a black man when we do, or Hispanic or Native American Indian. When we do something, we start to brag a little. Look what I did right here. Couldn't do this. Samson killed, just started piling up bodies on top of bodies on top of bodies. Every time he killed one with the jawbone of an ass, of a donkey. That's how much that the Spirit of the Most High, it was in him. It said it moved on him mightily. You understand? But of course, in this society, being oppressed by the devil, the white man, we became weak. And guess what? It don't have to be that way any longer. That's why we come out every week to raise black men to their estate, to raise black men to follow the Most High in Christ, in the ISUPK, to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And guess what? The Spirit of the Lord would move mightily in every last one of us. And guess what? That's what we need in these damn days and times. We need to separate from all this garbage that's been put into us right here in this society. They made us weak, man. Let's get some more, man, because your brothers need some real good encouragement, man. Let's go from there. Go to 1 Chronicles, the 11th chapter, man. Let's show you right here in 1 Chronicles, the 11th chapter. Now remember, I had started saying that that's one of the concept of super soldiers that the white man got and created a character called Captain America or Daredevil, whatever. Don't you know, black man, we're the real super soldiers. We're the real super soldiers. We're the real mighty men on the earth. Like even in the sports arenas, that should be good enough right there to let you know who run things. Who outbox anybody more than the black man? Nobody. Nobody can outbox a black man or Hispanic or Native American Indian. Find somebody. Find somebody. I bet you the only way is if they inject steroids, because they don't come from the Lord. They don't come naturally. They don't come like that. And we can get that way again, man. All we have to do is come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments and recognize there's only one power, one God that is for blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians. That's the reality of it. What they ask for? 1 Chronicles 11 and verse 11.
1 Chronicles chapter 11, verse 11. And this is the number of the mighty men whom David had. Jashabeah and Hakamiah, the chief of the captains. He lifted up his spear against 300 slain by him at one time.
Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. That was a black man lifted up a spear and killed with one time 300 of them enemies of Israel, man. 300 of them. Could you imagine that, man? Could you imagine the strength the black man has? Could you imagine that? I know it's kind of hard to see that, especially in the streets like Baltimore, man. Baltimore, understand this, man. The Lord loves you, man. The Lord loves every black man, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, man.
Right.
That's for real. This ain't no joke right here, man. That's why we coming out here week after week. We're showing you how we can turn, once we turn back to the Lord, how we can be back that way, man. Be back like this brother who killed 300 with one spear. What you think, that the Bible is only the Bible is what you thought about, what the Christian preacher that done said every week after week? You ain't never expect to hear somebody getting killed, 300 people, or somebody killing 300 people with a spear right up in the Bible. You ain't never expect that, right? Because why? The church was designed to do two things. It was designed to make sure the white man stays supreme above the black man, and that it make the black man and the Hispanic and the Native American Indian docile, good slaves. Like that's what it's for. That's the purpose of it, to make sure we don't rise up against them. Because you know why? Why they don't want us to rise up against it? If you ever ask that question, well, why they don't want us to really rise up against them? You know why? Because they went up in this Bible and find out how mighty of a people that we are, how great of a people that we are. And if they could let us rule, guess what? It's endangering their whole society, endangering their whole existence. And guess what? Too bad, because you know why? We got the Lord on our side. Whether we don't want to move up and do something about it, the Most High will do something for blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians, man. So this one killed 300 enemies with a spear, man, at one time. Go to verse 20. Just go to verse 20.
1 Chronicles 11 and 20. And Abishai, the brother of Joab, he was chief of the three, for lifting up his spear against 300 men. He slew them and had a name among the three.
Imagine that. That was so right what he did in killing these 300 men, because they was coming up against the blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians, also known in the Bible as the children of Israel, that he made a name. He got a name. He was recognized, in other words. Like they knew, that's the brother who killed 300 in one time. Like and guess what? That can still happen, man. Whether you believe it or not, we still can get to that position, man. You gotta understand. You gotta understand. We have a God that really does give a damn for blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians, man. And all these other garbage that we've been learning in this society is worthless, man. Worthless. It'll never show you how to rise up, man. Never show you the proper way. Let's get some more, man. Let's go to Joel. Joel is great, man. Listen, all we have to do is come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Come get a flyer in there and come find out what to do. Come find out if should we join the society to help America great? Should we continue to do that? Should we go to church? Should we say our Hail Marys and all that? Let's find out. Because guess what? When you get these flyers, you'll find out that no, none of that matters, because all that is garbage. What matters is brotherhood. What matters is that blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians recognize the situation that we're in right now, at this moment. And it's dire, man. Like the black man have to understand that we're an endangered species, man. We're an endangered species. Like they're looking for all types of ways to kill black people. You think that was a myth, man? You think that that's a joke? Joel 2 and start at verse 2. You thought that was a myth, man. The Lord don't see it that way, man. And the preachers in the pulpit, they ain't telling you the truth, man. Been lying to you all this time, trying to make you docile for the white man. Joel chapter 2 and verse 2. Right? We're going to show you right here in these verses what it is going to be like when Christ comes back, destroys America, and enslaves the rest of the white race who enslaved us and oppressed us, and every other race that does take advantage of us till this day. What is going to happen to them? Read.
Joel chapter 2 verse 2. A day of darkness and of gloominess.
Unlike what the Christian church has taught about Christ in the day of the Lord, is that when he comes, everything is going to be great, everything's going to be wonderful, there's going to be parties, everybody's going to get along. That's a damn lie. Not according to the words of the Most High in this Bible. That's a damn lie we've been taught in the church. Reason why we've been taught that in the church So that way we can still love the white man, no matter how many times he arrests us, no matter how many times he shoots us, no matter how many times he does anything to us.
Right.
That's the whole purpose of it. Not according to these scriptures, though. The day of the Lord is darkness and what?
And gloominess.
And gloominess. Imagine that. Could you imagine when Christ comes, when the Lord say, all right, it's time, and Christ come with 200 million black angels and start to shoot up everything and destroy everything in America. Everything that you hold dear in America being destroyed right before your face. Every ideology, every religion, every custom, everybody that you love that's not of your people being put to death right there. And every brother and sister who want to defend them being put to death right there. It's darkness and gloominess, man. Read.
A day of clouds and thick darkness.
A day of clouds and thick darkness. Why? Because of all the fires happening here and there, everywhere, from north to the south, from the east coast to the west coast. Everything up in flames, all the smoke, all the thick clouds.
As the morning spread upon the mountains.
And it's going to come. Thank you, brother, man. Hey, hook this brother up with a flyer, please. Somebody get this brother a flyer. And read that line again.
As the morning spread upon the mountains.
You know how when the morning comes that sun come out, whoop, and it spreads like that instantaneously? That's how it's going to come in that day of the Most High. That's how it's going to catch everybody out there. The scripture said the day of the Lord will come as of a thief in the night. Why? Because a lot of us that ain't paying attention, they don't care about a damn thing, that only care about how and maintaining the society and loving the white man and doing everything that the white man said that you can't do. That day you're going to get caught out there. Going to catch you out there. You ain't going to not know where it come from. That's how much this day of the Lord going to spread out instantaneously, just like when the morning come and it's spread on the mountains. Read.
A great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like.
Now you know, right here, if you didn't know, it's talking about blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians.
A great people.
Hear what the Lord's saying? A great people. Not a weak people, but a great people. That's how the Lord considers you, black man and Hispanic and Native American Indian. They great people.
And a strong.
And they strong. Understand that, man. It's evident, man. Like we could tolerate more stuff than any other race on the planet Earth. We can go through oppressions. We can go through slavery. We can tolerate poverty. But you put that in the hands of the white man and he jumping out the windows. As soon as his stock goes down in Wall Street, they jumping out the windows. The white man can't hold poverty like the way we could. They can't go through it. They'll shoot themselves in the head. But we strong enough, we can survive it, man. And we've been around for too long, man. Read.
There have not been ever the like.
There have not been ever the like. That's the Lord telling us that there's no other people ever that's that mighty and strong, man. Great and strong. Read.
Neither shall be any more after it.
There won't be no other after that, man. There'll be nobody else as mighty, as great, as strong as every black man and Hispanic and Native and Seminole Indian, man.
Right.
North American Indian, man. Read.
Even to the years of many generations.
Even to the years of many generations. That's slang talk. In other words, the Lord saying it's going to be forever. It's going to go on and on and on. Ain't going to be nobody greater than you here now or in the future. Nobody mightier than you now or in the future. Read.
A fire devoureth before them.
Picture the scene. This is in the day of the Lord. A fire devoureth before us. Read.
And behind them a flame burneth.
Meaning this. Understand. This is every black man, Hispanic, and Native American Indians that is in the ISUPK marching. This is when Christ comes. We're marching, destroying everything that's before us. And when we leave, there's nothing but destruction left behind us, man. That's the type of march. If anything, you want to march, let's march to this beat, man. Where we conquer and rule the planet Earth under Christ, under the Most High, man. That's the type of march that we should aspire to be in, man. Not no marching around for no justice, no peace, begging the white man. Look, that shows the condition that we are in, man. Begging the very same people who put us in captivity, who keep us in the ghetto, who keeps us suppressed, man. How are we going to go to that man? That man just looked at us like jokes, man, like buffoons. Like, if you can imagine a white man sit back and look at us and be like, "There, I destroyed them," and they come begging and crawling. Like, if I'm going to do anything for them, they can go ahead with that. That's how the white man think. But instead, he'll put more abortion clinics in the hood. That's how he'll deal with it. You beg for help, he'll put more abortion clinics in the hood. He'll put more of anything that can destroy a black or Hispanic man in our hoods.
That's right.
Because there ain't nothing inherently wrong with the hood unless the white man come and do something about it. And for sure, we see the byproduct right now. In every black and Hispanic and Native American Indian ghetto, barrio, or reservation, we see the byproducts of his influence. Of his influence. Is there any more? A fire divides before them, and what? And
behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
You see that? It's saying that the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, meaning just before we get there, it looked beautiful, wonderful, right? All the suburban houses looking great, the fields look great, all the trash picked up, everything look in order. Everything look right? But what's going to happen after that?
And behind them, as a desolate wilderness.
When we rode through it, we're going to destroy it. We're going to go to that white man's town, city, whatever he calls it, community, looking nice and beautiful and wonderful, or any heathen for that matter, Chinese, the East Indian, whatever hood, or I mean whatever neighborhood that they feel safe in and comfortable in and looking beautiful. When we go there, nothing going to be execution, destruction. It's going to be the execution and vengeance of the Lord. What, Captain? The execution and vengeance of the Lord. You know why? Because it's payback time in this day. That's why. It's payback time. Like the preacher in the pulpit don't never speak on no payback. The only thing they talk about is pay your tithes. Pay this, pay that. While they get rich and we get stuck. Read.
And behind them, a desolate wilderness.
That's what's going to be left behind. Going to go to that nice city, that nice town, that nice community, and destroy it. And it's going to be desolate, like a dried up wilderness, man. Read.
Yea, and nothing shall escape them.
Nothing, understand that? Nothing. Wherever they hiding, wherever they hiding, the white man could go ahead and dig any type of underground bunkers, as we already know he's doing. Like that show on Doomsday Preppers. Right. Doomsday Preppers, they can go ahead and prepare all they want. Stock up on all the food, stock up on all the water, stock up on whatever the hell they feel like it. And that day, when we rode through it, that's not even going to be a safe haven for them. That's right. Because we're going to dig them right out wherever the hell they are.
That's right.
We're going to make it desolate. Read.
The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses.
It's talking about us. It's saying the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses. It don't mean like we're going to be looking like horses. It means that the way we are going to be is going to be as when we run to your town, to the white man's town, we're going to be running so fast, you're going to think there's a bunch of horses running there. That's how, you can imagine a Kentucky Derby of number of black and Hispanic and Native American Indians rolling through your town. And after we roll right through it, you're going to just see fire behind us. We're going to go to a nice town, and after we leave, it's going to be blah, people dying, being executed, homes being burnt up, homes being destroyed. All is beautiful. All is wonderful because that's the execution and judgment of the Lord, man. Read.
And as horsemen, so shall they run.
You see that? And as horsemen, so shall they run, man. The only way to have that type of quote-unquote superhuman power is if the Lord gave it to us, like the way he gave it to Samson. And guess what? In that day, that is going to happen, man. Hey, thank you, sis, man. Come and get a flyer right here. Give this sister a flyer. Thank you, sis. That's how it's going to be in that day, man. We get right with the Lord, he going to make us into superhuman, man. Believe it or not. You might not think so, because you might think it's a comic book. Not according to the word of the Lord. And that's not for everybody. That's only for blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians. Hey, even now we ain't even in our full strength, and yet brothers can come half court and dunk on you, man.
Right.
Brothers can outbox you, man.
Right.
Brothers can outrun any race on the planet. Actually, what's it, Usain Bolt? That brother's the fastest man on the planet. Find me somebody else faster than him. Understand? See how wonderful and great the Lord made his people? Read.
Like the noise of chariots.
Like the noise of chariots. Because that's going to be like that, man. Running in rank order, you're going to hear do-do-do-do-do. Like a noise of chariots just rolling through, man. Running fast like horses. Read.
On the tops of mountains they shall leap.
Look at that. On the tops of mountains they shall leap. Imagine that. We're jumping over high obstacles, man. You don't believe that. You don't believe that, no sweat. But guess what? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You know why? Because in that day, the Lord is going to show who's running, who's winning, who's in charge. That day, everybody on the planet is going to find out who is the Lord's people, man. That's for real. In that day, listen, we've been telling them since 1969, black and Hispanic and Native American Indians is the Lord's people. But in that day, there's going to be no question or doubt, man. Especially when we're rolling through these communities. That day, Baltimore ain't going to exist no longer. If you think you have a future in Baltimore, the day of the Lord, Baltimore get erased, New York City get erased, Chicago get erased, Jacksonville, Florida, all the major cities and anywhere in America, and the little old good suburban towns where white people feel safe, and they got white cops patrolling it, making sure that we stay out. And that day, nowhere that you go is going to be safe, man. Read.
Like the noise of a flame, as a flame of fire that devoured the stubble.
That's talking about us destroying everything. Destruction, a devouring flame. Read.
As a strong people.
I say what?
As a strong people.
Not as a weak people, because that's what happened to us here. We're in a weak state right now. Not to say physically we can't, we ain't strong. Some of us are, unfortunately physically weak, but it's not, the situation in America is that because we're being oppressed, because we don't have no real true leadership except in the ISUPK, we're a weak people. And that day we're going to be as a strong people, man. Why? Because not only are we going to be strong physically, mentally, and spiritually, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, but we're going to have the proper leadership by a black man by the name of Jesus Christ. That's how we're going to get strong. We're going to tell us what to do. We're going to show us how to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments the proper way, follow everything right in order the way it should be. Read.
As a strong people set in battle array.
Strong people set in battle array, meaning just like what it's saying. We're going to be a people fighting, and they're going to know, look at how strong these black men are. Look how they do war. They chopping everything, destroying everything, all the oppressions that happen to every black man. All the oppressions that happened since the last 400 or 500 years into captivity under the white man. Right. And not just the black man, but every Native American Indian to this day still crying because the land was stolen. They have a right to cry, man. There are some invaders that came from Europe and stole the land.
When nowadays I work hard on the job, till I come cross y'all, still like I'm a criminal. Trying to get caught, it could be your first charge. Like, man, you ain't getting them in the mall. It gon' dip, squat, 5 mile run, push, pull, sit on, goddamn, get strong. Looking at my baby, trying to keep them doing wrong. It's too long before they grow, I can't leave them on their own. They killed Daddy like he had a 30-day cake. The news covering up the story for what they say. It took me back to the time we lost Otis. Taking these crackers, they gon' tell you something bogus. And I'm thinking like, damn, what you tell the kids? We try to put up a fight, but did we fail the kids? Cause they really got us looking like no damn good. And why success got to cost my manhood? Hey, black women,